In this video, I actually want to touch on 5 things that could actually ruin your assisted living business, so make sure you guys stick around. What's up, everyone? I hope you guys are all doing well. If you're new here, my name is Serge. Welcome to the channel. To all my reoccurring viewers, guys, thank you so much for all the love and support that you've shown this channel. To all the new viewers, and if you haven't yet, make sure you guys go join the Facebook group that I've created called Legion Assisted Living Academy. I will link it down below, but you guys can also go request yourselves into the group, and make sure you guys answer the 3 questions prior to requesting yourselves into the group. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of this video. Now, the first thing that I want to touch on is actually your caregivers. Your caregivers, guys, will ultimately make or break your business. And as the saying goes, your business is only as strong as your weakest link, and your weakest link will be your caregivers or whoever your employees are. That is going to be your weakest link. So make sure that you guys actually train your caregivers. Make sure you hire all the proper staff in order to actually stabilize that part of your business. And at the end of the day, that will be the backbone of your business, and they are actually going to encounter a lot more other staff members that come into the home from different providers and different hospices, etc. And they're going to encounter the families a lot more than probably you as the owner or you as the manager. So make sure that you guys actually find reliable caregivers, strong caregivers. And I know that in this industry, the shortage of caregivers is astounding. You can't find good caregivers to save your life, but that doesn't mean you can't hire or find good caregivers. You will eventually come across a really good caregiver who you will be able to trust, who you will be able to actually delegate a lot more tasks and a lot more responsibilities. And you know, they are going to cost a little more. I know that the biggest issue in this industry, especially with residential assisted living, is pay, and people aren't willing to pay a little more for the extra help that caregiver can give, or that extra responsibility, or that for you to be able to delegate to that caregiver some more responsibilities. And the thing is, guys, if you want really good caregivers, you got to pay them really good. You can't just try to pinch every penny that you can to be able to profit just a little bit more every month. Understand that if you want to keep a really good caregiver, they're going to cost a little bit more. And so that could be something that will ruin your business, and also ruin the healthcare industry, is the fact that you got all these caregivers coming in, but then they're not very reliable, they're not very good, and that could just ruin the industry in general. So that is the first thing that would actually ruin your business. The second thing that would actually ruin your business is yourself. If you're not being involved in the business at all and you're just trying to be completely hands off, that's great and all, but you at the end of the day are the face of your business. It is your business. You can't just expect people to trust you without ever seeing you. People will ask, who's the owner? Where's the owner at? I want to know who's taking care of my loved one. And so you guys need to understand that that will ruin your business eventually. There will be families who will not place in your home because they just don't feel like they're being cared of, and that they're actually important enough to, or feel at least important enough to move their loved one into your home strictly because the owner doesn't want to be there. Actually make time to go to your business. Actually make time to go to your home, even if you are completely hands off, and try to actually get to know your residents. Go by, talk to them, even if it's like once a week or twice a week, whatever you can do. Try to actually go to your home and be involved in some way. Yes, if you do have a manager on staff and you do have extra caregivers, whatever, they'll be there a lot more than you, but then just make sure that you actually make the families feel important, because that will ultimately ruin your business. And so the third thing that I actually want to talk about that will ruin your business is actually the other residents. Other residents could actually ruin your business. And depending on what types of residents you get, they could do things. They could be a high risk. For instance, if they're a high risk fall, they potentially could fall, break something, do something to where the family will sue you or the resident themselves will sue you due to the fact of, they think that you neglected them, whatever it may be, even malpractice, whatever they can get you on. Some residents just have that kind of intention when they come into your home. They may do certain things to where they can take advantage of you as a home. And then also other residents, right? They could take advantage of other residents in that home, or just say stuff to other residents' families, right? Like, you'd be surprised at the different things that could go on when you're not being involved as the owner, and you're just kind of letting things based off of trusting your manager and your caregivers. Other residents, it's very important to vet every single resident, like I've talked in previous videos, because things like that can happen and will happen. And it's not if they're going to happen, it's only a matter of when. And you can prevent that by, just vetting the residents. And then the fourth thing that could ruin your business is also other families. Families are a huge variable in ruining your business if you allow it. Because what's going to happen is families, depending on how often they're at your home, how often you're actually staying in contact with them and whatnot, they can actually see if you're actually taking care of their loved one, right? And it is just by not, by coming by the home and you not being there ever, them not seeing you, families, and just also the caregivers, right? They'll see if the caregivers are actually doing their jobs and stuff. And so that they're the ones that are going to spread the word about you, good or bad. So yeah, more good than bad. You don't want, and that's the thing, if they're spreading the word and it's all bad things about your business, they will ruin your business and people will not trust you. Fifth thing that could ruin your business, guys, is other hospices, home healths, other assisted living homes. And how can they ruin your business, right? They are the ones you're going to work with very closely a lot of times, because you're providing a service to the elderly. You will need to utilize hospice occasionally, also home health, and even just working with other care homes, whether it be, discharging them to a different care home, etc. And so when you're working with them, they will talk about your home. They will say things about your home. They will say things about you. And they will say, oh, they're great. They're a great care home owner. They're there all the time. They always want to know our names. They talk really well and they get along really well with our staff, and people just love going to the home, and they always have a good time when they go there, and the residents are really nice and all that, right? Everything you want to hear about. But then there's the bad side. There's the bad side of them saying, dude, he's never there. He's a terrible care home owner. He doesn't even care about the residents. He completely neglects everything. They can say a ton of bad things that will ruin your reputation. And I know that your reputation goes a long way in this industry. And the last thing you want is for other providers and whatnot to say things about your home and say things about your business. And the way you prevent all that, I'll make a different video about that. But there's so many ways you guys can do certain things to make sure that everyone just loves your home and everyone just loves to come to your home. And you at the end of the day want to make them feel like family. You want to make them feel like they matter. All these other help, providers that provide different services to your residents. And as long as you guys can work as a team and communication is there, and you're able to constantly be involved with the care of the residents, with these providers, anything that they need, they make sure you can answer the phone and you can get to them right away. Always follow up with everything, right? If there's like different things going on, make sure you follow up with them. Make sure that you actually show that you care, really, guys. As long as you're genuine and you have a great character and you're honest with them and you tell them how it is, you are gonna do great. But they will ruin your business, guys, if you do not genuinely care. And if you just slack off and you just think that you can get by with just providing the bare minimum. Guys, you have to understand that those 5 things are so critical when it comes to your business. And I know that sounds like a lot, and there's probably, you guys probably feel like a bit of anxiety and or just pressure of like, dang, I really don't want to deal with all that. I really don't want to have to put up with all that. Guys, at the end of the day, you can't control what other people say about you, and you can't control what they have to say about your business. But what you can control is how you carry yourself, who you are as a person, the character that you are, right? And by showing people that you genuinely care through your actions and not just by saying certain things, right? And that right there is what you can control. So focus on that, and everything else, you know, your great reputation, people loving you, all that will follow. And you know, just always be honest with yourself, always just be yourself. And I think when people are genuinely authentic with who they are as a person, and you know, people can see that, and people can understand that when they meet you in person and they actually come into your home and they tour your home. And that is all you guys need to do. And if you guys genuinely want to do this business, that will show, guys, and there you won't have a lot of issues on, you know, bad reputation and everything. But if you're just all really wanting to do it just for the money, and like I've said, it's probably not going to work out very great for you. Maybe in the short term, but always think long term, guys. This is a long term business, and you want to do this long term, not short term. You don't want to just come in, get it started, and then ruin your reputation. And you know, it's funny because the healthcare industry itself, you may think it's very big, but surprisingly, it's really small. You know, you cross paths with a lot of different people who were previously nurses. They know some nurse that you knew, that or whatever. They know some care homeowner. It's crazy. Like, I mean, even here out in Arizona, like, I mean, I've crossed paths with so many different people, but somehow they all just know each other just because we all are involved in healthcare. And it's, you know, you want to be very careful. You want to have a really good reputation at the end of the day in the healthcare industry, because at the end of the day, it's all about trust. If they can trust you, then they're going to work with you. And if they can't trust you, that will ultimately ruin your business. So with that being said, guys, if you stuck all the way to the end of the video and you guys found this video very insightful, make sure to hit the like button. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys. And yeah, go join the Facebook group that I've created called Legion Assisted Living Academy. Also, make sure to go watch all these other videos. They are very informative. And so, guys, I will see you all in the next video. God bless and peace.